And this is why I get a haircut. So as I'm going through self-publishing, I'm trying to find the best pieces of software that I can use to write and convert my book to ebook or EPUB and PDF formats. Now, Kindle Create does okay, but is for KPF files which are only usable by Amazon. I'm Mike with WriterSanctuary, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Reedsy. Now, before we get started, we can hit the like button, help the channel out. And for more videos about self-publishing and software, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always hit me up on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, or use the contact form on WriterSanctuary.com's website. Okay, Reedsy is a bit more than just a writing platform. In fact, it's got quite a bit to it. I was able to copy and paste a freelancer style into Reedsy so I can get it prepared to upload to Barnes & Noble, because Barnes & Noble uses EPUB formats. So let's take a look at Reedsy and find out whether you should use it or not. Now this is my Reedsy profile that you can create once you set up an account. It looks like a lot of other social media sites. It has your profile URL. You can add social medias. I added LinkedIn and Twitter. You scroll down, you got the about the author page, languages, the fiction, or the type of books that you write, and then you can upload your portfolio. And when you set up your portfolio, you can use it from several different platforms. So from the back end, let's take a look. We can edit our profile. From here, we can change our pictures. We can disconnect the social media. I added the link to my website. I'm from Denver. Got a short description and an overview. Here's where you can set the languages. And then you can set the type of books you write as well. So like if I wanted to add more genres, I can scroll down to find something that's more akin to what I write. But I've already added everything I write so far. So, I might do science fiction. Actually, I do science fiction. And you can also connect your Goodreads account if you have one. I haven't done that yet, but I plan on doing it soon. And here from your portfolio, you can add more books. So this comes from Discovery, Google Play, Amazon, and Apple Books. Unfortunately, it doesn't pull them from Barnes & Noble, but, oh well. I do plan on using Discovery and Google Play at some point, though. Now, Discovery is Reedsy's own platform for discovering new books, and I'll have to make a completely separate video for that. So anywho, that's what your social profile looks like. First, we're going to take a look at my books. And from here, we have a freelancer's tale. I can manage it, which means I can hire more people to help me work on it. I'll go over that in a second. Or I can continue to write it, even though it's already published. So if I hit the right button, it'll open up the Reedsy editor. And this is the whole reason why I started using the app in the first place. This is all web-based, so there's no program to download. It runs right off your browser. So I can add more front matter to it. As you can see, I can just turn everything on that I want. Table of contents, I got the preface in there. If I wanted to add more to the body, I can scroll down and add more. I can add the conclusion, the epilogue, the afterword. Hit done on that. The back matter, we can edit and add more. Also by Michael Brockman. If I add more books, I can add that, which I'll probably do after I publish my next book. But when you're writing it, it works a hell of a lot better than Kindle Create. So like if I want to continue working on chapter 1, so I can write it all like I want, and then I can easily add a new chapter by hitting the plus button here, or hitting the chapter link or the part. And that'll just put in a new chapter. We can label it and go on our way. But it's more than just a formatting and writing tool. It has a whole bunch of cool stuff to it, like goals and insights. I love data, and this will show me how many words I can set goals. I can do the word count for the day. It'll show me my progress. It'll show me how many words are in this chapter, how many paragraphs, the number of characters. I can include endnotes to it. So if I wanted to see what my entire book has, I could just turn that off, and they'll show me that I have 35,075 words in this whole book. I can turn it back on and just scan just the chapter. And another feature is that if I highlight a certain piece of text, then it'll show me down here at the bottom left that I've selected 40 of 3,500 or 35,075 words. At which point I have all the access to the different types of formatting tools. I can just change the justify, turn it into a list item, add a quote to it, add links because this is an ebook, or I can leave a comment. So that alone right there makes it way better than Kindle Create, in my opinion. I love the layout. It looks slick. I love being able to set goals, and I love numbers. I'm sorry. And then we have the track changes and comments. This is specifically if you hire somebody to help, like an editor or a proofreader. They'll show you comments on stuff, and then you can fix it or communicate back and forth. It's a great platform for dealing with your editor directly. Then you can set up a writing timeline. This will go through and show you everything you've made changes on and when you did it. So let's say I can revert all the way back to when I first set the book up, but I don't want to restore that version, so because that would kind of like defeat the purpose of everything I just did. But you can go through and say that you screwed something up. You can go back to an earlier time and change it back to where it was before. Find and replace. You can find obviously certain pieces of text and replace it with another word. This is great if you're trying to do for names and places, or if you like me and use some words way too often. Now we have the spell check, and it says, look, it shows you it has 96 suggestions. I can flip through and see what kind of words it is triggering. Mostly it's going to trigger like proper names, but if you want to keep a name in there, like this is a person's proper name, I'm going to add it to the dictionary. And then okay. I'm not going to change any of those because it's already, I meant to say pissy, so we're going to ignore that. And fiber is a proper name. We're going to add it to our dictionary. So there's all kinds of different things that the spell check will go through and help you fix. And we're going to turn that off. Then you have an insert. Now the insert works best if you're using okay, so like if I want to separate these points from this paragraph, I can hit the insert and I can insert an image, an endnote, or a scene break. Now I wish I would have had this stuff like this before, because that would have made writing, well, Keymaker a hell of a lot easier, which is probably why I'm going to be importing it into this. But once you, okay, let's go ahead and insert a scene break. Bam. There you go. Then we can continue. But I don't need that. So then you have your split chapter. You can split up the chapter into multiple parts if you write too long of a chapter, or you can trash it, and I'm not going to do that. Then you have the download or the export button, and the export will let you export the file into PDF and EPUBs and MOBIs. Now you can select you want to hide the chapter numbers, or if you want drop caps, you can do small caps coming soon. I just selected the defaults for the EPUB MOBI conversion. I just hit that, and then I kept it as the Merriweather, and then we just scroll down and hit export book, and that'll export the file. It'll send you an email of where you can download the file, or it'll put the file down here. You can download it directly, which is hella convenient, especially since I rarely check my email. So, but then you can also print on demand or PDFs, and same process. Just go through the trim size. You can fix the trim if it's going to be for a bigger printed book, which I'm going to have to go through and do another tutorial later for doing printed copies on Barnes & Noble, because I have a feeling we'll have to play around with it a bit. So you can do your crop marks and all that other good stuff, and then just hit export book. Now I kind of just glossed over the basic functionality of the editor, and I really like it, especially when it's compared to like Kindle Create. It's just, there's so much more I can do with it, and the goal alone is enough to make me want to do it. So, but it's kind of cool because then I can set daily goals. But Reedsy isn't just an editor, it has a lot more to it. So if we go to the marketplace, here's where we can hire experts to help us work on our book. Like, let's say we want to hire Tara L. She's done quite a bit. In fact, here are some of the things that she's edited. And Goosebumps, I'm excited. These are some popular titles that she's worked on. So she has a 100% response rate from New York, and fairly high reviews. If we didn't want to use Tara, we could go through and find somebody else. There's quite a few editors here, but you know, there's a lot more to just, that's marketing. We have editing, design, publicity, translations, ghostwriting, website creation, and book reviews. I might do some of these, but I'm not sure how it's all going to work. Probably be worthwhile for a video or a blog post later on, so I might just do that. But you can get quotes from all kinds of professionals to help you write your book, or at least get it published. Then you have your requests here. This is when you're sending messages back and forth through the marketplace. Then you have statistics. This is how often your profile has been viewed, how many followers you've gained, your mailing list if you have one, which I'm debating on seeing just how far I could take this. So that's kind of cool that has a mailing list built into it. Looks like it downloads it as a CSV file. Your finance tab is where you have your monies for your collaborations. It's going to be shown in there. Then the FAQ section of frequently asked questions for Reedsy. We're going to go back. The invite a friend. This is your referral link. Mine is in the description down below. Essentially, you earn credits or cash when you invite an author or a professional. You can share it on social media, you can send it through an email, and it'll show you how much you've made in cash and credit by inviting professionals and authors. So like if you invite authors and they sign up and use the service, then you get $25 in credit to use on Reedsy, which would cut down the cost of hiring professionals to help you publish your book. And then on the left, you have your account settings. So would I hire somebody on Reedsy to help me publish my book? Eventually, probably yeah. Like I said, I wanted to give it a shot anyway. If anything, it's going to give me a decent blog post and a video review on the process. And there's a couple of services I wouldn't mind giving a shot, like the book editing, or not the book editing, but the marketing and the book reviews. And the publicity. I mean, I might as well try all three just to see if they're alike and if it makes a difference. Of course, I'm probably going to wait on that for Kingmaker, so I don't know. The one thing I do like that I want to point out is that the Reedsy editor is very compatible with Grammarly's Chrome extension. Now, I use Grammarly's Chrome extension for just about everything. It works perfect in WordPress, and it helps me shave down quite a few errors that I missed when I'm editing stuff myself. In fact, I use Grammarly to edit Despair that I record for Saturdays, and it was in large part responsible for helping me edit A Freelancer's Tale when I published it back in 2021. So not only do you get the spell check ability of Reedsy itself, but you also get the access to Grammarly's Chrome extension if you use it, which I do. Now I'm going to be using Reedsy to publish Kingmaker, that's coming up soon. And depending on how much money I have at the end of that, I might pay for some of the services, but again, it really depends. I've seen some of these professionals charge anywhere from $400 to $1,000. So it really depends on how much cash I've got. I might have to wait till next time around. But I will be trying their services in the very near future. Like I said, if anything, it's going to be a blog post or a video. Now you can try Reedsy for yourself, and the referral link is in the description down below. But so far that when I've played around with it, I really like it. I enjoy the social aspect of it. You get your profile page, you can share that. I'm going to try to do more with it and see if I can generate some interest out of it. And I like how it lets you pull books from Amazon and Google Play as part of your portfolio. I wish it also did it for Barnes & Noble, but technically every book I publish is going to be on Amazon anyway, so no matter what, I'm going to have a copy of my book in Reedsy. I'm not 100% sure on how I feel about everything being web-based, but I can kind of see the usefulness of it, especially if I decide to go travel and take my laptop. That way I can just open up a browser window and work on my book. But I'm kind of old-fashioned. I'd rather have software, but I'm just glad that I found a free book formatting tool so I can get my books up on Barnes & Noble, provided they okay my account. So anyway, what's your favorite writing tool? Before I came across Reedsy, I have written everything in LibreOffice, and it works, but I don't know, it's just lacking some things. And I love tools like Reedsy because it's more geared towards authors and not just a general tool. I'm especially excited to try out the goals, and it's almost too late to use the goals for Kingmaker because I want to have it out by May 1st, but I will definitely give it a shot when I write the second book. But I'm still looking for other free tools. There might be a better one out there, who knows. But if you're interested, A Freelancer's Tale is available for purchase at Amazon, and the link is in the description down below. It's the story about how I got started as a freelance writer to what I do today, and all of it while dealing with a very dark part of my life. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button for more videos about self-publishing, freelance writing, WordPress, anything else I cover, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I think it's going to do it for me today, and I'll see you next time.